And there's the technical difficulties. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the stream. It is Thursday. Blue skies, sunny, perfect day to be in the day. Perfect day to be in the day. Look what I found. I found my head thing. Beautiful day to be in the kitchen. So today we are doing some honey roast ham. Excuse me. Now, the original recipe for this was like for a 4-kilo ham, and I cannot afford that. I cannot afford $120 for that much ham. So, no, $70 for that much ham. Just no. Although, here's the thing, right? So this ham that we got today is a Bertocci easy cut leg ham. It's made in Australia, but with, by the look of it, products of Italy. And this is cheaper than ham made in Australia with Australian ingredients. And it's like, this always does my head in. It's like, okay, you've got to pay for this this stuff to ship across oceans, and it's cheaper than getting it in your own country. Drives me insane, really does. I kind of know how it works. Upright, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Wham bam, thank you ham. Right. Oh wow, we've still got the music here. All right. So yes, we have some ham. We are going to do a honey roasted ham, and now I'm going to get into it. All right, so. Again, never tried this before. I'm not sure I want to answer that upright. Looks like deviled ham, sir. But it's cream corn. Oh, okay. You're a guy that did it off an old Navy chef. No clue. Whoop. Dripping and going everywhere. Alright, so I'm already making a mess. So. Now. Is this... I don't know if this is skin that'll peel or not. So I'm going to eat some ham. Okay. I don't know if this is netting or what, or whether it was netted and this is just the outside color of it. Let's find out. So, in the recipe it says to peel it. So, I'm wondering to peel the skin off it. And I'm wondering if this counts as skin. I don't know. Take a whole leg, lightly fillet the skin open, and then you're carefully lifting circles of the fat to fit in pineapple rings with cherry tomatoes pinned in the middle. Wow. Layer glaze inside, replace skin, glaze, bacon glaze, glaze and glaze. Holy crom. That sounds insane. So I just don't know. I don't know if we should peel this. I'm thinking we probably should. At least the top of it where the glaze is going to go. That's what I mean by Navy style. Fair. Yeah, at this point, I don't know if I'm meant to be peeling this or not. I'm thinking... Yeah. So I'm wondering, do we just peel this whole thing? Or do we just peel the top of it where we're gonna, you know, glaze it? It's alright, I mean, I can make a sandwich out of the ham later. Cut a thin line down, lift and fill it. I don't think this will though. I don't think this skin will peel. It might. Let's find out. No, it's really not peeling. It's just coming off in little chunks. Sad face. Let's see if we can get a bit more of a chunk, and no, just tears. So I don't think it's actually skin. I think it's some part of the curing process. But that's okay. So, on the big cam, whoops, I'm dripping ham juice. Yeah, I did the taste test and it's like, it's just chewy. So, on the big cam, you get it and it just flakes as you peel. It doesn't come off. Tastes almost sandy, which is weird, but there you go. Yeah, it's skin that's been cut back. That does make sense, and I'm tempted to go with that explanation. So don't cut towards your own fingers. Why not, Mum? Shink, ow. Like, I've had ham skin before, like straight off all sorts of ways, and this is probably the weirdest texture that I've ever had for a ham. So, we're probably not going to get it all off, but we are going to get as much of it as we can. Yeah, I'll take a hookup. There's a couple of places I probably should have gone. But yesterday got a bit intense with stuff to do. So unfortunately I got a bit sidetracked. Wasn't 100% thinking clearly, But you get that on the big jobs, right? Need my potato peeler almost. But this is a learning curve, right? We are now learning things. Don't buy the weirdly brown skinned one. Whoops. That was a bit too deep. It's got a texture almost like shark skin. I know that sounds weird. And yes, the shark skin that I licked was no longer on a shark. Not that time, anyway. Come on. Off you come, buddy. I'm not on the rounded bit anymore. So it's making it a little harder to cut. So I'm not too worried about this down here because this is going to be the bottom. Alright. There we go. De-skinned the bugger. One day I'll drag you over and show you how I prep roast beef for the SCA. Lots of knife practice, going through lifting off all the silver skin, connective tissues and such without losing meat. Yeah. Oh boy, looting and back. Are we doing this again? Alright, how much did we miss? Alright. What am I looking for? God damn it. And we've already had the first dropout. I don't know why it's doing it. I just don't know. And it's annoying as hell. Hopefully I'll get a new modem soon and maybe that will fix some of the problem. Alright, so we are preheating the oven to 150 degrees C. Yep, and that's pretty much there. We need a baking tray. Okay. There we go. Where? Okay, I've lost all my stuff. Alright. We're going nutter. Going nutter. Alright, that'll fit in there nicely. Alright. So, right, done that. Don't care about that. Ah, yes. Scoring in the diamonds. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this, but... Now, I'm not doing this too deep. Some of them are probably getting to about 1 centimetre at most, and that should be okay. But I'm screwing it all the way across, all the way around. So hopefully as this cooks, it'll like spread out into a nice diamond pattern. And then we'll see just how horribly just how unevenly that I've scored it. You watch. Whoa, that one got a bit close. All right. There we go. So, if we pull that open, we get lots of little squares, which is just what we want. So, it's easier if you've got, I think it's easier if you've got the fat on there, because it like splits the fat a little bit, but having an insanely sharp knife helps. Yeah, 30 seconds maybe. Yep. Oh well. Alright, so there we go. Sliced all that up. Now, we need to put this on the tray. Get some foil. How you doing, Gigi? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. And we're going to cover it with some foil. And we're going to shove this in the oven. And we're going to leave it there for about 15 minutes. So, where's my timer? Start timer. There we go, 15 minutes. What, Finn? You've already had extra bickies. Alright, let's see. Do you want some roughage? We have a Ziggy here as well. Yeah, Ziggy's liking what she's at. Turn around, Ziggy. Look, here. Right, so, ugh, look at that, ham juices everywhere. I'm gonna fix that. And there's the coffee drate from Kiki. Kiki says hello, you two. Alright. Just don't like working on dirty surfaces. I really don't. Okay, so now we're going to make the glaze while that's in there. So we need a measurer. Where are you? What the devil? Alright, so we need half a cup of honey. That is not going to be half a cup of honey. Sits behind you feeding a Kira cheese. Nice. Getting spoiled, eh? Spoiled little Akira. Alright, in you go, honey. What are you doing, Finn? He's sniffing around the bin. Go, go, go. There we go. Can't get in the bin if you're there. He doesn't care. Here's where it gets dodgy as hell. Yeah, that was close. Ah! She's a spoiled only child. So May doesn't count? Alright. Here we go. We've got half a cup of honey, 25 grams of brown sugar. Want to borrow some brown sugar? Oh, too much. Oh God. Too much by a lot. You know me, I'm all about the she'll be right, but there is a limit. That'll do. See, she'll be right. It was like 38 grams of sugar when I need 25. It's now 28. That's fine. Pan. Pan for the glazing. Alright, so that can go in there. 12 grams of unsalted butter. Which isn't a lot. But there we go. Alright, I reckon it's going to be about there. 16. So that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad guess. I've never had so much unsalted butter in my kitchen ever as I do since I started doing this show. Alright, what else? Unsalted butter, brown sugar and honey. I think that's it. Whoops. Whoops. I should not have put the sugar in yet. Little bit of sugar will be fine. It's fine. Hello? Oh, it did light. I'm used to the when the gas lights. I had to turn down to. Ah, Kira's yours and Sith Lord's first one together. Ah. I can't keep up with that. I had a girlfriend like that once. Drove me nuts. Alrighty, now get the. What are we getting? Aha! Pew 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 pew. Yeah, there was in the beginning there was like week anniversaries, then month anniversaries, then quarterly anniversaries, and then yearly anniversaries, and yeah. And oh, this was the day we first went to the movies together, and this was the day that I was like, I cannot keep up. It's like I can barely keep up with how old I am. I'm not even sure I know that anymore. So we are doing that until that is golden brown, and then we add the honey and the sugar. So we're going to need a stirry thing. Stirry thing. Sorry, you probably got to look at the top of my head. Be aware of where the camera is, Ulrich. Jeez. Alright, well that is starting to look lightly brown. So in goes the sugar. Die, sugar, die. Oh, lumps of sugar, die. In goes the honey. Oop. We're going to lose a bit of the honey just because, it's honey and it's sticky. But that's okay. Drag as much of that out as we can. Lick the bowl. Alright. Now we start. All we're doing here is we're trying to get this basically nice and smooth, bit liquidy, because you want to be able to baste the ham with it, but you don't want to have it so thin that it just runs down into the bottom of the pan. Now, we can manage that by simply taking it on and off the heat. You don't want it to get too hot. If it gets too hot, it's going to caramelize, and it'll start solidifying into I'll think of it in a minute. Caramel. It'll start solidifying into like honey caramel, because that's what sugar does. You don't do anniversaries, you just celebrate birthdays together. Yeah, fair. I tend not to do any of the celebrations. But that's me. Alright, so we've got 3 minutes to that do. I've just broken a nail, so I'm going to quickly go off and fix that, and I'll be back. Why OBS? Why do you... Okay. Lasai. Is it time that I moved on from OBS? That is becoming the question. Anyway, it's okay. Damn you, OBS. Alright, so this is it. We're pretty much done with the cooking now. That's all the prep. That's all it is to make this really tasty Norm. So, yeah. Ooh, look at that. Gooey. I broke that. I broke that nail. I just cleaned it up, and I get it. Now it's that fidgeting with it because it's just like, is it still broke? Do I need to fix it more? All right, so that was OBS. Let's see what's happened here. Let's see if this kicks it off again. Nope, doesn't appear to have. All right, so it wasn't that. Wasn't the internet, must have been OBS. All right, so I have another teaspoon. I've gone through a lot of teaspoons today, and I don't know why. Oh, hello, Ziggy. You want to come say hello to stream? Oh, come on in. Hello, stream. How are you today? I am the Ziggy. That is the alarm. Yes, I'm coming. Okay. Alright. Let's move you over there. Hot things are hot. Ooh. Alright, so now now we bring this up to 220. 220! Go! And now we pour some of the glaze onto the ham. Glaze. Whoop, nope, don't run away. No running away. Ooh. I don't know if you can see that, but putting this glaze on is opening up those cuts we made. Can you, whoop, I can't even see that. No, alright. Hang on. Give me just a moment. Yep, hot things are hot. Alright. So we lift that up and you can see that the cracks are starting, the scoring is starting to open up. Right, which is nice, which is what we want. So, let's get rid of that for now. So you're aiming to get about 1/3 of the glaze onto this. Now obviously, if you had, oh I forgot the cloves. Well, I didn't forget the cloves, I know where the cloves go now. If you I don't know what I was going to say, I forgot. There's cloves. So now, in each of the squares, we're just going to chuck a clove. Stick it in there. Whoops. That's down there. That'll be fine. This will just add a bit of spicy flavour to it. You don't have to do this. Oi, go in. You don't have to use all the cloves. You know, depending on your preference of taste. Crumbly clove. But it turns out that this is okay because it gave me a really good opportunity just to brush that glaze into everything before I really hit it with cloves. So I'm happy with that. Come on, give me more cloves. Spadoing. And I don't know if it'll work, but if you wanted, theoretically, if you wanted a lighter clove flavour, you could just, you know, not push them in as deep, I guess. I'm just going for it. Go, cloves, go! Here's one I prepared earlier. I mean, I would love, in a way, I'd love to have like a crew, like to do these sort of shows, and where it's like, here's one I prepared earlier. It's just like, yeah, okay, that last one we're gonna cook up after the show and just give it to the crew. That would be fun. Now, uh-oh. Cloves going everywhere. Now, I'm just going to do the square that you can see. I'm not going to worry too much about going down the sides and anything like that. Oh. My fingers are starting to get a little bit honey sticky, but that's alright. We can deal with that. Right, a couple more. Like 3. And he picks 3. Nice. Okay. Is this still too hot? No. Alright. So you can see there we've just done where all the crisscrosses are. In the middle of each of those we've put a clove, and we've done that, and the oven is almost at temperature, so perfect little delay. In she goes. So she's going in for another 15. Back up there. How's that going for solidity? Yeah, it's fine. We will need to put that back on the heat. Right. So now we just do that over and over again. So we do that 3 more times, 3 more glazes, 15 minutes each, and then take her out of the oven. That's it, we're done. So, oof. Wow, that's already like I thought it was the smell of the cloves out of the container, but it's not. It's actually the smell of that clove is already wafting out of the oven. That's insane. The kitchen right now, this is one of those moments where we need smell-o-vision, so that everyone can just really is smell-o-vision. Right, so now we sit around doing whatever we want. I could clean the kitchen some. Gonna have some coffee. You know what? I don't have anywhere to be this afternoon, so we might go get some ginger ale. So, give me a minute and I'll be back. Damn you, OBS. Why? It's because I didn't do the update. Maybe it's because I did do the update. I don't know. I did do the update on the other OBS. I didn't do the update on this OBS. Nothing has changed. I don't know what's going on, but I really think I should change my name to Technical Difficulties. Right, so what's everyone been up to? I have been, what have I been up to? Well, as everyone knows, I went to sorry, I swear I turned that sound back on. So like I said, I think I'm going to change my name to Technical Difficulties. Why? So I recently went to Tasmania, and I visited Mona. So the Museum of New Age Art, I think it stands for. And wow, there was some interesting pieces in there. Some of it thought-provoking, some of it just horrible. But that's art, isn't it? There you go, buddy. You good? You good now? You can see everyone? There's everyone. Say hello. Hello, everyone. I am the boss. I am the total boss with the boss. So anyway, I saw there's a heap of art pieces in there. Some of them good, some of them just what the shit. There was one that was basically a nightclub strobing away that was, I don't know the point of it. I could not understand the point of it, but some of the stuff in it was really cool. Like, at the start of the exhibit, there were 3 tables. What? Sorry, buddy. He wiggled and flumped out of my arm, but I was close enough to the ground. He just landed sideways and stayed there. So yeah, there were three moving platforms of ball bearings. And the ball bearings were being tracked and did all these things and all that. Then he walked into a really long room that, you know, flashing sequences and oh my god, my epilepsy. But in between all the flashes, this stuff would come up on this row of screens, and it was all this technical jargon with waveforms and all this other stuff. But what it was the technical readouts of tracking the ball bearings as they moved around those 3 tables. I was like, that is a lot. That is a lot. But yeah, and you sat in there and you watched the whole sequence, and there was like, wow, this is okay. I'm not 100% sure of the purpose, but it was cool. There was the obligatory that everyone goes and sees walls of vaginas. It was plaster casts, and there's like 70 or 80 of them, something like that. Just all these plaster casts up on a wall. There was one room that was really interesting, and that was it's basically was probably about 5 meters deep and maybe 10 meters long. You know, and you go in through a normal door-sized hole, but you walk in there, and it's just this god-awful, glaringly white of whiteness with white. But all of the walls are covered in bookshelves, which are then full of books. White bookshelves, white books. A couple of white tables in there with the white books on it with white pens. But all the books were blank. Right? So for me going in there and for me walking in there and having a look at them it was kind of like, this is sad. Because you got all these books and they're just blank, and it's just like, well, that's a waste of a book. But then a friend came up with the idea that they weren't blank, that they were waiting to be filled. So the idea that, you know, this is your brain as a baby sort of thing, and as you get knowledge, the books fill up, and what you fill up those books with becomes part of you, and yada yada yada. So I thought that was quite cool. I liked that concept. So yeah. All right, what else? Sorry, went off in my own little nostalgia there for a while. What else did we see? What were the other? Oh yeah, okay. So there was this 2-story high, basically wall, dug out of the rock face. There is a lot of really nice rock faces in this place, in this museum, because you basically go in at ground level and then down like 5 stories, and you start the tour at the bottom and work your way back up. That's how this gallery works. So lots of beautiful rock formations. But anyway, 2 stories, flat face, and right at the top was just a bar, probably about, you know, that wide, about that high. You can go up to the next story and have a closer look at it. And then there's all these little tubes that feed into it. And then every second or so, you hear it just ratchet through. It goes frrr, frrr, and all the little drops, it just does tons of little drops of water. And as it does, it's basically printing words. Right? And it's supposedly from the headlines of newspapers that day, sort of thing. And so it would come up with, you know, butt or bob, but then it would come up with Australia, right? It would be, you know, and then it falls down into this little trough and it's gone. And I was like, what the hell? But it was cool because obviously the first drop it puts out versus the last one, the first drop is still accelerating. So as it moves down, as the word moves down, it also stretches out, and it's really cool. It's really quite cool. What else was there? Oh, up the top where one of the restaurants is, it was just this giant open grass area, a couple of shade sails here and there, and beanbags everywhere, beanbags galore, and a stage where they had a couple of musicians just strumming away doing their thing. So that was really nice. You know, that was nice and chill. Mind you, it was Tasmania, so I don't know how often that particular exhibit is open. But there was one exhibit walking around. It was, some of it was just pretty stones, and some of it was stuff that I just didn't understand because hey, it's me. Um, but it was these three, just this giant white wall, and it was a picture of just an open field, and it had three naked ladies standing there, and every now and then they turn, you know, do a thing, and that's it. And I'm gonna go that it was just recorded, but I really felt like standing in there and going, would the lady in the middle show me a 3, 4, 3? That would have been spectacular. She's just gone, you know. It was kind of, that one was weird because it was kind of voyeuristic, but you kind of meant to be. Who knows? But yeah, so there was that. What other? Did I see anything that was extra standy-outy in there? I don't think I did. I think that was most of the extra standy-outy stuff. There was one though. Supposedly, the guy who runs it made his money, got a system of playing online gambling, and won a lot of money. So he's used it to build this Mona. And every time he wants to do something, he comes up against the council. So he was building they were building a new thing at the front of Mona, and they had the construction fences up, and then the shade cloth. But on the shade cloth, it had the symbol of the Mona Gallery, and then it was we've stopped trying to stop him. I'm like, okay, there's a statement. So I don't know what he's adding on this time, but it is, I don't know how often the exhibits change, right? So I saw the exhibits, saw the installations, and it was cool. I liked it. There was stuff in there that I liked, there was stuff in there that I hated, and there was stuff in there that I was indifferent to. Which is the point of art, really. So, alright, there's the alarm. So it's kind of, oh, that's gone a bit sticky. So it was kind of, that was kind of cool, but would I go back and see the entire same exhibition again? Probably not. If it was something like I was there with someone and they desperately wanted to do it, yes, I would go back and see it again with someone that hadn't seen it. No issue at all. Would I do it again just for me to go through it? Unless the exhibits change, probably not. But I don't know how often they change. They might change really regularly. Oh. Woo. There we go. Look at that! Right, now. Oh, crap. Blowing things up again. There you go. Look at that. That. Right, the caramelized honey stuff has just burnt itself to a crisp on the bottom. Not overly concerned about that. Now you can see just putting that little bit of heat back onto that glaze, and it's already gone back to quite runny. So let's do some more glazing. Whoop, easy there, fella. All right. I'm putting it on the very hot ham. Whoops, I just brushed out a clove. Right, let's crank this a bit. That's still a little bit too thick. There we go. No dripping down the sides. Well, you can go down the sides, but no dripping down the sides. Oi! Oh, I said no dripping. Alright, so you can also see that the scoring is starting to crack open nicely, and that's taking a whole heap of the glaze into it, which we are happy about. Now we've got some dribble. Again for another 15 minutes. Ta-da! So there we go. So yeah, that was the Mona Gallery. It was very interesting. So if you do end up in Tasmania, now let me put this in context. If I just go to a regular old museum where, you know, like the Adelaide Museum, right, where you've got the skeletons, you've got the displays, you've got the, it's not particularly interactive. And once you've seen most of the exhibits, you've seen them. That was, I will go to those museums once, but I'm gonna have to go there for a reason. Whereas Mona, I really actually enjoyed it. A lot of the exhibits, although, you know, it was don't touch, you know, but it felt more interactive with what was going on. So while I'm not overly a fan of art museums, then this one was well worth a visit. So yeah. If you're ever down in Tasmania, head down to the Mona Gallery and have a look at that. Right, so we've just glazed the ham, or reglazed the ham. The scoring is starting to open up nicely. We have, I think it's one more glazing. Glaze, yep. Brush with another glaze, yep. Another glaze. Right, so yep, we've got this 15 minutes. We'll use the rest of it, we'll throw the rest of the glaze on. Then we'll cook it for another 15 minutes. And then we'll take it out of the oven and she should be ready to go. That should be the honey glazed ham. So, what else did I do in Tasmania? We did a lot of sword fighting. So, shout out to the Barony of Innisfail, who is down there. Special thanks to Grish for putting me up for the week that I was down there. He was awesome. It was just like, yeah, there was always stuff to do, and yeah, that was great. He was a lovely host. We did teaching, we did lessons. I did two what's called case lessons, which is how to fight with two swords. It's one of my specialties is case. I am quite good at it. I'm not the best. There are definitely people in Australia in my group that are better than me, but there's not a lot. So I taught lessons on that, and we did some free sparring, we did some authorizations, we got a couple of people authorized, which is nice because in the group for the fighting section of the group, you need a certain amount of safety before you're allowed just to be let loose on the field. So that process, the test at the end is called your authorization. So we did a couple of those, and do we have? Oh, it looks like we have a dust skull. We did a couple of those, which was nice. Then we did a what's called a mock prize, because there is the Royal Guild of Defence, which promotes period fighting styles. So we did a mock one of those. Well, we did a mock 2 of those. Same candidate, but the first one they passed. The second one was not up to scratch, and we're like, okay, so first one, yeah, you'd pass that, no worries. Second one, you need to work on this, and this. So, which was cool. This is why we do those things. So, that was good. We didn't do a lot of fighting. We did a bit here and there, but it wasn't that sort of. It was more a training fight rather than a I'm trying to win a tournament fight, because they are 2 very different styles of fighting. There are all sorts of holes that I leave open when I'm training that I do not leave open when I'm fighting competition. But that's how we train. That people learn to see those holes, and as they keep exploiting them, you close them off, and eventually, no one's defense is perfect. So eventually, those holes that open up occasionally, you've got to learn to spot them. So that's why we train. But then when we're fighting for competition and to see who's going to win, you close all those holes. Every hole you've got, you close. And you hope you don't let one open up for that. So yeah, we did that. What else did I do? Ooh, I went around the wharves. I went around the wharves down in Hobart Wharves, and there was some really nice fish restaurants. But the thing that really sort of I went, oh my god, this is awesome, was on the shoreline. They had a pier. And on the shoreline, on the pier, I should say, in the wharf, they had these almost like barges, and they were like, you've got the pier here, you've got the waterline here, and so you could walk off the pier and down into the boat, and that was like a fishmonger, right? So all the fresh fish, all the on ice, proper fishmonger. Or you could walk sort of slightly up off of the pier, and that would be onto the same bargey boaty thing, and then that was where the restaurant was. So there was all these little restaurants floating on barges over a fishmonger, and it was just like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome. Uh-oh, I don't know who that is. Excuse me for a minute. I'll be back. And we're back. And we have sound. Yay! So, sorry, that was my dentist doing a follow-up call. Great guy. So, speaking of medieval stuff, I want to do some more medieval cooking. The cookbooks are not cheap. So, I'm saving. But once we get to the point of being able to afford a cookbook, I'm going to be doing some medieval cooking as well. So that's going to eventually go onto two YouTubes. The first one will be ours, of course. And then the other one, we are going to be starting an SCA YouTube. So there will be, once that goes up, the focus of that is going to be purely SCA. All right, purely reenactment and that sort of stuff. The stuff that I do, the medieval stuff that I do here, I will, anything that goes up under the SCA in my YouTube, there will be a link to it on the SCA one, because I will not be the only contributor to that. So, okay, he's back-ish. Huh. Well, while you're back, do you have any medieval cookbooks that I might borrow to do some medievaling? Guess what? What? I know, right? This is why I'm asking. I haven't seen you to ask. But do you have period cookbooks? Right? That's probably just as laughable. You're the only people I'd let one take out of the house. Oh, thanks. I've seen your library shelves. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I still have my plan to do the masterwork for the Cook's Guild, but do it all at once. No plans at this point. Really, the only thing that I had planned after stream was do a bit of housework, but that can wait. It's housework. Housework can always wait. How are we going for time? Ooh, 1 minute. Ooh, okay. No. Yeah, sure. Sounds like a plan. Well, we've got about 20 minutes, half an hour left of stream. So, yeah. My Xmas present. Okay. That's just, gives you enough time to put on a clean shirt. Yeah, plus the half an hour drive to your place. So, you know. Right. Did I turn that off? I did turn that off. So we need to turn that back on. Heat that back up to temperature again. And then we're just gonna sway the ham in it. Now, see this clean part of my house, right? That is the only part of my house that is clean. You know, I at least clean up the backdrop before I start doing the mirror selfies. Alright. Oof. Oh, it's sugar. That's getting heavy. Alright. Yeah. It's getting a bit crusty. Yeah, alright. Might just turn it down a bit. I'm going to turn it back down to 160. It says to keep it up there, but that's starting to get a bit charcoaly. It's starting to get a bit black, which I don't like. And there's a bit too much smog coming out of it for my liking. So we're just going to pour the rest of this in, because so now I'm going to want to keep a really good eye on this, because that's just starting to get a little crunchy. I don't want that to go too far. So I'm going to let some of the heat out. So all I'm doing at the moment is I've got the, I've just got the door fully open, and this thing is bleeding heat right now, which is what I want. Can glaze and wrap in alfoil to protect from burning? Yeah, alright. I've still got the alfoil. I thought I'd nicked off the alfoil. Alright, we're going to put the alfoil shell back on. Turn the temperature down. I'm going to put it to 180. Alright, so 180. It's not quite there. It's still up there. Alright, so we've put the foil back on. We're resetting the timer for the last timer bit. And here we go. So I'm going to do both. I've dropped the heat by 40 degrees from 220 to 180. So hang on, notes. Last 15, drop 220 to 180, cover foil. Alright, notes. We've got the notes. Right, so here we go. We have the last 15 minutes and then we get some honey glazed ham. Yeah, the scoring has opened up really nicely. There's a whole heap of holes for the glaze to get into. This is why I just poured the glaze on top at the end there, because just put it on top, let it work its way through so that hopefully it gets the maximum amount of that flavor into it. That's the plan. But do I have a swanner? I do. Look at that. So right. Yeah. So I want to be doing. I do want to start doing some medieval recipes. I don't. I will try. I will try to do some blurbs on it. Like where it came from, where it was found, where it was created, stuff like that. I'll get as much information on it as we can. I'll try. But I'm starting to have more time because every moment of free time has been taken up doing VODs and such. So now that I'm up to date with that, I'm going to start getting the recipes up to date in for this show in the Discord, and once that's done, we're cruising. I'll dig out a few likely books. Nice, thanks. Got to adult for a bit, but text me when you're leaving. Yeah, no worries, mate. Will do. Hey, you Finn. What are you doing? Hey. Finn loves being in the kitchen. What can I say? I'll bring over a couple of cans for us too. Yes, you have a foot fetish, Finn. We know. We know. He's rolling around on my foot. That's what he's doing right now. So right, what else did we do in Tassie? Went up to their rainforest, and or one of the rainforests. Yes, there is a rainforest in Tasmania, the deep, deep south of the deep, deep south. There is a rainforest. How that works, don't ask me. Nobody knows. Fine, climate scientists and forest scientists, they know. So went for a walk through there, saw some beautiful waterfalls. We did, the first one was Horseshoe Falls. No, Russell Falls. Russell Falls was the first one. And that's this nice, beautiful, picturesque, flowing waterfall, trees, and beauty. It's awesome. Then you go up and around towards Horseshoe Falls, and you actually get to the top of Russell Falls, and that is maybe 3 meters wide, with this beautiful cascading waterfall that ends up being, 15 meters wide. Starts just a couple of meters wide at the top, and it's like, and it looks like there's virtually no flow going over the edge of the top of this waterfall, but it's amazing. So that was really, it was kind of a little bit mind blowing to go, this tiny amount of water is making this really cool waterfall. And then Horseshoe Falls, which is probably 30, 40 meters behind the start of Russell Falls. It's just this tiny little waterfall that feeds into Russell Falls. But it's really cute. Again, really shallow water at the top, but because it spreads out over a large thing, it turns into this gorgeous fan of water. So that was cool. Then went, followed the track around and went through the Giant Trees Walk, which was really nice. The trees, there was a little section where you measure the tree and you do some math and it tells you how high it is. And the tree was 70 meters high. And that was about the size of all the other tall trees around. And this wasn't, you know, just every tree was these gigantic 70-meter tall trees, but there was a lot of them in this section. And it was amazing just standing at the bottom of these trees looking up into the nether of the top of them. And it was really amazing. Then followed the track around to Baroness's Falls. It was a nice waterfall, and very well worth going to, but at that time my knee had decided to give out. So there was a fair bit of pain, and I was concentrating more on making it back to the visitor center than I was on the beauty of nature that was around. Like, I was still taking it in, and it was still amazing. But pain is a wonderful equalizer. But on the track I saw these little Joey Wallaby Potteroo looking things cruising around. I saw like 5 of those, I think. And that was nice though, because my knee had sort of decided not to work anymore. I would sit on the benches, because there's benches scattered throughout the walk and stuff like that. So I got to sit for a while and just breathe and give my knee a break. And that got me to see some of this wildlife that I might not have seen had I just been walking along. So that was really nice as well. Yes. So So Mona cost $38 for the day for regular. I got it for $32 because of my DVA gold card. The park cost, and Mona's a whole day, easy, just poof, gone. There's your whole day gone. The parks, that was how much was that? That was $26, I think. And again, whole day pass. But the park is open 24/7, so you could go for the walk during the day and then do the walk again at night time. And there are a couple of places where you go, you stop, you turn off all the lights that you've got on you, and stuff like glowworms will appear. I was like, oh my god, glowworms! But they only luminesce in pitch black. So you've got to get to this point, turn off all your lights, all of that, and then, yeah. So, but yeah, that's a 24-hour pass. So you can go do part of the walk during the day, part of the walk during the night. You can, yeah. So that's well worth doing. Prices do go up if you want to bring your car with you. You can drive to most of these places. And so if you're limited in mobility, you can drive the tracks. It costs you a little extra to bring the car, but they're maintaining roads. But you can drive up to reasonably close to where a lot of this stuff is and just do a short walk in, which is really nice. So yeah, that was pretty much my Tassie trip. Ate at a few places, did the Lark Distillery. I'm definitely getting some Lark whiskey. Because it is so nommy. Alright, I'm just going to quickly check how we're going. Yep, that's still fine. I think we're going to make the full time for that, which is good. So yeah, that was my New Zealand. That was my Tasmania trip. And yeah, I had a good time. The trip overall was probably about 1 day too long. I know that's a weird thing to say, But it was just that last day, we we're just bumming around doing, you know, whatever. But we didn't really do a lot. I had breakfast with a friend, and then we had sort of afternoon lunch, blinner, lunch dinner. So dinner. We had dinner with friends just as we were about to leave. So yeah, but just felt like if I'd gone home the day before, it would have been the perfect length trip. But yeah, we did all that. We got through it. It was fun. And now, over the 20th of January, that weekend of the 20th of January. Let's have a look. That is going to be, so basically I think it's 19th through the 23rd of January, maybe one day either side of that, maybe 18 to 24. We're going to Melbourne. We're going to Melbourne to do the same thing, to go teach some fencing and get some more experience and stuff and things and have a bit of fun. So that is the plan. Right. Because that's going to be fun. We're going for the renown. It's, what are we doing? Basically, we're going, these trips serve two purposes. They serve the purposes of helping other people fence better, which is the primary goal. The secondary goal is we start getting our names out there. We start getting a bit more known, and people start paying a bit more of attention to what we're doing. Yeah. So, there is a trip planned to go to Queensland in March as well, but I just don't think I'm going to make that. That is certainly not going to be affordable. I don't think, not with buggering off for a week in August. No, in April, to go to the big festival and do all of that. So we're locked. Now, I will say, doing these trips, I know a lot of the time I'm like, I'm out of money, because I am. But like, I paid nothing for the accommodation for the last week. I paid bugger all for food because I got fed. So these trips are made possible by the generosity of the people in the places we're going, who put us up, you know, who feed us, who water us, who give us transport, so we're not trying to catch cabs to places and all that sort of stuff. And without the really magnificent help that these guys give us, I would not be able to do these trips. And I'm fairly certain that a fair few more of us that are doing them wouldn't be able to do it either. So special shout out and love to all the people that are helping us with that and helping us get out there and do this thing, because you guys are awesome. All right, now we felt the love. We might take this out. We are a minute away, so I'm going to call that good, because it was getting a bit far gone. So 50 seconds is not going to, I don't think it's going to hurt it. Oh, look at that. 50 seconds did not hurt it. Alright. So you can see around here, it just started getting a little bit black for my liking. The rest of it though, holy crom. The rest of it is just off the chart. Look at that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. Alright, so we need to let this sit and rest for a little bit, as you do with most cooked meats. But at this point, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna take out the cloves because their work here is done. Because yeah, leaving the cloves in, you're not going to get a lot of extra goodness out of it as far as I know. So here we go. I can see that when I start doing medieval recipes, I'm going to have a little teleprompter so that I can look at the camera and read the thing that is above it about the recipe. Yeah, drop a clove. What do you think of that, Finn? You going for it? Oh, you're not going for it. Where's Finn? There is no Finn, only Zool. Alright. No. Compost. Doesn't go in the bin, Ulrich. Meat. Red. Red! What the? You melted my... Alright. Maybe I did. I don't know. Ooh. Book a check. Maybe I do have it. Yeah. Alright. Now, let's see. What do I need? I need tongs. And a carving knife. Lick the bowl. The Wuhan Warrior, thank you for the follow. Doing the happy dance, doing the happy dance, doing the happy dance, doing the happy dance. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. How you doing this fine insert time zone? Alright, here we go. Just gonna shave off this end. Oh, that looks tasty. No worries. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so I'm going to the taste test. Oh. No, it's ham. This is a leg ham, boneless leg ham. Oh, and we've just honey glazed it over the last hour and a bit. Wow. That is just, it's like that. Can you, Coco Butter Monka, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Can you tell me how long you have grown your ZZ Top beard? Currently no. I can't tell you how long it is. Give me a sec, I'll go get a ruler. So, we have from the, I'll stick it up, so this is from the bottom of my chin, which is here. Okay. 20 centimeters, 8 inches. There you go. So depending on which country you're in, 20 centimeters or 8 inches. That's how long my beard is. No. It is not that kind of stream, Cocoa Butter. We got for the rest of the week. Tomorrow we're playing Valheim with Wardham on Saturday. We're celebrating our 300 followers. Yay! And we will be in, we'll be doing a Ultimate Collector's Series Lego build, which will be Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. Doing that on Saturday. Then we go around to Tuesday, where we'll be back with some No Man's Sky. Wednesday, some more Assassin's Creed Mirage. And Thursday, back in the kitchen. So, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. We will hopefully see you tomorrow. If we don't, we'll see you when you see it. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Don't forget to check the description for any links I may have left there. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel. Next video in the series is up here. Until then, stay safe, have fun.